For 3 days, we have been celebrating 30 years of the Super Bowl of action sports that we love to call X Games. Hi everybody, Salema Masakela here, and as you can see, this sold-out crowd has gathered for our final finale, a mega finale that is going to end X Games Aspen 2025, the Pacifico Men's Ski Big Air. Jimmy Coleman, Tom Wallish, I'm hoping for some more never-been-dones. How about you?
You couldn't ask for a better setting to cap things off out here tonight underneath the lights at Aspen Snowmass as they play host to X Games Aspen 2025. We are set to bring you one more set of ski medals this weekend. It's Pacifico Men's Ski Big Air. Welcome to the booth, everyone. I'm Jimmy Coleman. I get to call this tonight with the legend Tom Wallish. And well, Tom, this has been contested 25 different times here at the X Games. And in the tenure of that, we've had 17 different gold medalists. And Troy Podmilsack added his name to that list last year. Can he do it again?
With a 2162, albeit. And I have a feeling he could do it, but there could be a lot of other people in the field that could step up to it. Troy landed that 2160 this past year on the final jump. He's a pressure guy. He can handle it. Crowd down there. Different format last year, though. You had two different jumps and a style jump. This year, we are back to the roots.
Someone else we have to talk about. He's a rookie coming into this weekend, got in off the alternate list into slope style, ended up walking out of here with a gold medal. Talking about Luca Harrington, he's in the mix out here tonight as well.
Yeah, another big player. I mean, rookie, but you come out, you win X Games slope style, you do some big tricks. He's in a great headspace. Why not come out and go double gold?
Yeah, so it is going to be a big night. Also, you have 8 riders in the field out here tonight, and 4 of them are returning gold medalists. So it is going to be an all-out brawl here to cap it off, to hand out our last set of medals this weekend.
I mean, so much talent in the field, and we did see in snowboard big air a 2340. Will we see that crazy of a rotation here tonight? I don't know.
We're about to find out in the span of the next 45 minutes. Right now, we check in with the third member of our team, Kristen Beat.
Well, Tom, 5 athletes in the field can land a 2160, and 3 have alluded to the elusive 2340. Troy Podmilsack, Burke Rude, and Luca Harrington. Now, Troy, who won this competition last year, told me he's considering it, but only in a Hail Mary situation. But whoever does land it and stomp it will make history. But just in case you guys need a little help with the math, the 2340 is 6.5 rotations in the air off a 70-foot jump.
Yeah, if you're mathematically challenged, we're going to be shouting a lot of numbers at you out here tonight. But Tom is going to talk you through it. 8 riders in the field out here. As I mentioned earlier, 4 in the field have a big air gold. Alex Hall has one. Mac Forehand has one from 2023. And, of course, your defending gold medalist, Troy Podmilsack and Burke Rude.
Yeah, a lot of talent. I mean, so many big air gold medalists in the field, as well as gold medalists from other disciplines. Matej Sponsor and Knuckle Huck, Luca Harrington just earlier this weekend in slopestyle. So this is action-packed. Anybody's got a chance. It comes down to stomping the big trick in front of the crowd when it matters.
Couple of X Games rookies in the mix as well. You mentioned the format. You were talking about Troy's performance last year with that gold. You had to have 2 big tricks. They had to be spinning in different directions. Those 2 big tricks would get you on the podium. Different this year. This first round is what we call playoffs. So they're going to get 3 runs. They're going to ski in the order that you saw them in the lineup there. It's the best of your 3 runs that count. So 1 big trick can do it for you out here, and we cut the field in half. Top 4 move on into the final. They get 2 more runs in the final, and then we're handing out some medals. This is Pacifico Men's Ski Big Air. And look at that drop in right there. You're coming into this massive gap, which is the bottom of the slope style course. From the lip of the takeoff to the landing there, the knuckle, if you will, that is 70 feet. And we started off, Tom, with an X Games rookie. He hails from Canada. This is Dylan Deschamps.
Dylan, very experienced on the city big air and scaffolding setups. We've seen him excel at World Cups around the world. Now coming out into X Games, ready to throw down on this massive jump.
Coming in switch.
And we're getting things going. Switch triple bio. So we're not holding back anything right off the bat. He's going bio rotation, which is diving forward off that lip, switch, watch that, dives forward. So easy for him, comes around to 12, then flips it all the way over. Safety grab locked in. Not a lot of people doing that version. We see a lot of triple corks. Maybe you out there have heard that term, but that one's so special with that dive forward, and he's got that new age arm flare. He's serving, little matcha D sort of service provided.
He's another one that came to this weekend as an alternate and now finds himself in the competition. So an 85.33, best possible score you can get here in playoff or finals is 100. So Dylan Deschamps sets the bar here. Round number 1 out of 3 in the playoffs. We turn our attention to an Italian competitor here. This is Miro Tabinelli. Now, last year was his rookie appearance out here at the X Games, and he missed the podium in big air by 1 spot, had to settle for 4th.
And this kid can spin. His sister walked away with big air gold here in X Games Aspen, and he could do the same. Both of them have trained heavily on the airbags and have some of the highest rotations and highest technicalities of jump tricks. There he goes, wrapping up. 2160, I believe. He even had extra time on that one. That looked super slow, super easy for him.
I was gonna say, that was he spun that so casual.
To me, it didn't even feel like a 21 because he sets this. Look how fast he goes. It's to 1080, then wraps another 1080 so quick. That's 2 1080s in one air with that opposite grab. That's the same trick Mac forehand did a few years ago that won him a gold. And this is just run 2. Or the second person to drop in the playoffs.
And, the second person to drop, we already hit the 90s. That's the benchmark we're at with 2 skiers dropped. 91.33 for Miro Tabinelli.
Wow.
We're in for it.
Okay.
That's 2 skiers dropped, and we're just in round 1. There's 3 rounds, and this is just a playoff. Only the top 4 getting on into the final. Luca Harrington, what a story. Comes in off the alternate list. Has to ski first in the playoffs. He gets the top qualifying spot going into the final, and then he comes away with a slope-style gold medal the other day.
And he made it look easy. His rails were dialed, but it's the bottom jump that he did and his air awareness that are so good. He's got a couple of trick options. Wonder if we'll see his forward triple cork variation, or he's also got a really unique grab on a switch rotation. Oh, he's coming in with a lot of speed. Look for maximum air. Triple cork, 1980 tail. Luca Harrington is a rookie. Remind yourself, he is a rookie here at X Games, and he looks like a veteran coming here to win. So big.
You want to talk about handling the pressure. This kid has delivered all weekend long.
Look at that set, rip back, no way on that grab. He is absolutely tweaking the tail grab. Triple 1980, that is 5.5 full rotations, 3 flips, and while doing a tail grab. It is so hard to describe how difficult that is to grab the ski like that and just put that in your hand and not let go of it on that.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me? With the third run in, he's already got a 95?
Let's go, baby!
What in the heck is happening, Tom?
He's a star. Welcome to X Games. He's a star.
I can't stress this enough. He got in off the alternate list. He won slopestyle gold, and now he's got a 95 in his first run here in Big Air playoffs.
That was inning. I mean, the grab, I can't tell you. That was so good.
Mac forehand. He owns a gold medal in this event. It came in 2023. He owns 2 total Big Air medals, 1 gold, 1 silver. He's in for his first of 3.
Mac, oh, spinning. Oh, Mac forehand, triple cork, 1980 with the tail. Definitely in X mode on that one. Mac forehand. I've seen him do the 18, but taking it all the way to 1980 is gigantic. Watch this set. So same trick we saw from Luca Harrington. It's a triple cork, different grab, but able to hold that so long. Where Luca did the tail grab, Mac on the front of the ski there for the mute. Comes around all the way. I mean, I'm seeing the landing marks up there. They are 40+ feet down the landing. They are making this 100, 110, 120-foot jump.
And another score in the 90s. 90.33. This one is going to be an all-out dogfight here today. I don't know that the X Games mode meter is going to be able to compute anymore after this.
I mean, we might break X Games mode tonight.
It's going to have to retire by the time we get through round number 1. A 95, a 91.33, and a 90.33. You're not imagining things if you just tuned in and you're looking at those scores. And this is just the first round of 3 to try to get into the final. As we take our first look here at Berg Ruud from Norway. He owns a total of 5 medals in this event. 2 gold, 2 silver, and 1 bronze.
Let's see if Berg as well wants to get things started with a 2160 of his own. Huge wrap set. Switch triple 1980. So we are seeing 19s, 21s. I mean, this is so many rotations these athletes are doing. And this is just the playoffs. It's so difficult even to just make it into this finals. Looks a little like he maybe was looking for a different grab. Watch, looks for that mute grab, misses it, goes for the safety, able to get it around to 1980, but I've seen Berg Ruud ski. I know he's looking for a bit more out of that rotation.
So an 81 for him, so that'll put him outside of the top 4 for now. So again, here in this playoff round, you do get 3 runs. It's the best one that counts. Unlike last year, you had to have 2 big tricks. It's just the best one that counts to get you into that 4 cut tonight for the final. Matej Svancer coming off of a silver medal in knuckle huck the other night. That's 2 medals for him in that event. Looking for some hardware here in big air, Tom.
Yeah, and he's got creativity. He does have big rotations, but don't expect just a spun 2160 from this guy. He's got flavor. You can tell the way he's just skiing into this course. Maybe a butter, something unique on these takeoffs. And there it is, buttering on that takeoff.
Oh, see the lady.
Matej Svancer, how did he land that?
I don't know.
He was so far down and really what we call in the back seat, really leaned back in that cork rotation. I cannot believe he was able to put his feet under him.
Now, he's just been looking for redemption, too. He came in 2022 as a highly anticipated rookie. Skied well, but didn't end up doing well in the ranks overall. 2023 missed the podium by 1 spot, and then he missed last year due to food poisoning.
Yeah, I mean, had a rough go of it. He did some crazy tricks in that first year. Oh, no way. He grabbed safety twice. Now, that nose butter was crazy. So high speed to be able to do that and then spin that much.
With the size of this jump, to quantify if you're watching this at home, it's basically you're jumping 80 to 100 feet across and basically dropping yourself out of what would be the equivalent of a 3-story building onto ice in the dark.
In the dark with a crowd watching while you try to spin around like an insane person.
This is absolute insanity that we're witnessing here in just this first round. I mean, you've got your top 3 scores already into the 90s. This is Park City, Utah's Alex Hall. He has a total of 4 big air medals, 1 silver, 1 bronze, and 2 of those being gold.
Coming into this one, Switch, the first athlete to do a 2160 in competition. And he's doing a 0 spin. And that right there is why Alex Hall is a crowd, a fan, and a skier's favorite. Your favorite skier is a fan of Alex Hall because he will just come to X Games Big Air, do a massive 0 spin, the most steezy, no movement, switch straight air in the game in a big air contest where other athletes are doing 2160s. Look at the grab, look at the style. Sort of just as an ode to the true roots of the sport, maybe a little something to the spin to win culture these sports have become. And we'll see, as the first guy to do a 2160, you know what? You're allowed to do a 0 spin at one point if you want.
Look at how deep he sent that right there. Also, props to the follow cam skier right there. Did you see that?
Very good, yeah. Kept him right in frame.
I mean, it's not going to score high, but still, that was very impressive. Hats off to you, Alex Hall. Look at the packed house here in the corral. This is round 1 out of 3 if you're just joining us here. Playoff round here. Pacifico men ski big air. It's Luca Harrington, your rookie slopestyle gold medalist, sitting in the top spot here in the opening round as of right now. But now we bring in our defending gold medalist. This is 20-year-old Troy Podmelsack. 1 medal to his name, and it was a big air gold here in 2024.
Yeah, he's got big spins. I'm curious if he goes right toward that 2160. It seems like, I thought this playoff round might involve some warming into it, maybe some smaller spins, but it seems to be the name of the game is to use all 3 of these first playoff runs to just go for your absolute hardest tricks.
Here we go, Troy Podmelsack sending it here for run 1 of 3.
Wrapping up, he is going. Oh, Troy, T-Pod. There it is, the 2160. That is the jump that he landed in the final run of X Games Aspen in 2024 that led him to the top of the podium. First run out of the gate this year. It is no longer 2024, it's next year, and now this trick is just the first run you do in playoffs. Watch the wrap. Comes around so far down that landing, squats, able to stomp it. This is basically 3 cork 7s in a row. So any skiers at home, if you've ever done a cork 720, maybe that's the top of your ability level. He just did 3 with a grab, all in 1 air. And it's just incredible.
Look at the reaction down there in the athlete lounge. So the high score we've seen thus far is a 95. What's it going to be here for your defending gold medalist? He's right there knocking on the door, a 94 for Troy Podmelsack. Let's send it down to Kristen.
Troy, that's the trick you won with last year. You're now opening up this competition with it, but you're shaking. Are you nervous? Are you cold? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm absolutely terrified. I do not want to be doing these tricks.
What can you say about the progression of the sport that in the first round of playoffs, we're already seeing the gold medal winning trick from last year?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
What can you say about the progression of the sport considering we are seeing the trick you won gold with last year in the opening round?
Well, it's definitely got something to do with the format, just because it's your best trick. So that's what I think it is.
Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, the format change. That was one of the 2 tricks that he landed last year that got him a gold medal. And this time in 2025, it's just 1 and done. But the story after round 1 is the high scores. You've got a rookie in the top spot with a 95. You've got last year's gold medalist with a 94, Miro Tavanelli with a 91.33, and Mac Forehand with a 90.33. You got to get in the 90s now if you're making that 4 cut, Tom.
Yeah, so difficult to get up there.
Round 1 of the playoffs is in the books. We've got round 2 coming up. Stick around. Plenty more still to come for Pacifico men's ski big air.
Games Aspen is brought to you by Pacifico. Brewed for those who know that every day brings new adventures. Discover responsibly.
What's Dumont got this time? There it is.
43. What's he got for his last attempt? 21.6. You want to talk about a pressure cooker situation. And he came out and just stomped it, and this place went absolutely nuts. Can you imagine it's been 30 years, 3 decades of history out here at the X Games, and we're about to make more memories out here tonight, Tom.
That's crazy, 30 years, and to see the side-by-side of the progression and what this has become years and years in the making, from 1080s to 2160s and beyond. Just amazing to see where these sports have gone and where they're heading.
I mean, look at how many people are packed into this venue out here tonight. We've completed 1 round here in Pacifico men's ski big air playoffs. 2 more rounds still to come before we get into round number 2. Let's learn a little bit more about Alex Hall in this Monster Energy profile.
There's so many kids out there like training on airbags. Alex Hall butters again. Oh, there we go.
Where am I? My name is Alex. We're currently in Calgary. Almost no snow left. It's melting. but we're trying to hit some street rails, so we're doing our best here.
Being here for like 10 days now with Alex is hilarious because there's so many kids out there like training on airbags, just focus so hard on like repetition of park tricks for slopestyle. I think it's really cool to see the separation of the sport side of skiing and that training element with the artistic approach. The artistic approach is out here, filmmaking, seeing how it looks, and then you see his run and it doesn't look like that repetitive, competition-focused mindset. It has a unique flavor, a standout nature to it that judges see and appreciate, and that's what leads to higher scores. So it's that aesthetic appeal that you learn on the filmmaking side of skiing that translates to competitive success.
I got nothing to say. He's speaking for me.
I was going to say, that was a very thorough breakdown. You didn't even leave the guy a chance to get in there and put a thought in.
Well, you know, I was on the trip. I had injured my rib, so I decided to do a little bit of talking about how great and how talented Alex is.
Well, we've got one round in the books, and if you missed out on that, you missed a barn burner because we've had massive scores, including an X Games rookie sitting in the top spot with a 95. But let's talk about some of this action from round one.
Had a triple bio to start things off. Switch back to forward. We had 2160s. Just one, then maybe two. Just keep them coming. That was Miro Tabinelli. 2160 double cork variation. Then, of course, the slope style gold medalist, the rookie sensation, Luca Harrington, triple cork 1980 with the tail grab. That was absolutely held the entire time. Mac forehand, a triple cork 1980 of his own, making it look easy. This is run one of Big Air playoffs, and this is going down. Burke Rude here, switch 1980, triple cork, of course. So we're seeing 116 and then pretty much all 19s, 18s, and 21s. Just insane to see this high level of spinning in the first run. There was one guy, however, that decided not to spin at all. His name is Alex Hall, the zero spin for the crowd, for the fans at home, and for everybody online. That one was for you. Troy had to finish it off with a triple 21.
So that was just the first round, and the top four move on into the final. There's still two more rounds to go here in the playoffs, but it's Luca Harrington, Troy Podmilsack, Miro Tabinelli, and Mac Forehand, your top four for now. The big change here from last year to this year, it's best run that counts. You needed two big tricks last year to put you on the podium. This year, it's one and done. Top four move on to the final. They'll get two more bonus runs in that final, and then we're handing out our final set of medals for the weekend. We go back up to the top here for round number two. This is Dylan Deschamps. He's just outside, he's right there. He's just outside with an 85.33, but like I said earlier, you need the 90s. That's the level that's been set here in this opening round.
Yeah, Mac Forehand sitting in that bubble position, fourth place with a 90.33. So saw a great trick to start things off, but at 85, I mean, at this point, I don't know if you can make the finals without doing a ridiculously large rotation. There's that switch triple. Oh! Switch triple bio all the way to 18 would be absolutely insane. You can see this trick is so different than from some of the other cork rotations. Watch how he's falling out of the sky, moving forward, and then the impact that he sustains because of the extra pop off that lip that he gets is just so much more abrupt. If he's able to put that down, judges are gonna love it because it is different from every other rotation in this event.
Yeah, after that impact, good to see him get back up quickly and ski away to get ready for round number three. This is Miro Tabinelli. He's sitting in that number 3 position with a 91.33.
He's, oh, okay. I'm not sure if he was trying to improve on the 2160 he did, or he was giving us a little sneak peek of a little trick called the 2340. Watch this take off. Does he get the grab? Yep. Locks it in all the way at the end of the tail, comes around That's 21 right there. This is 2 1080. This is 6 full rotations, and he is just spinning so fast. Looks like he was trying to land forward, maybe thinking about what it would be like to take that one to switch, which would be a never been done on skis in competition, the 2340.
None. And Tom, to answer your question, yes, he was setting up for a 2340, just confirmed.
Okay, so we are about to break the futuristic barrier.
In the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's not even, this isn't even for medals right now. This is just for the right
Should we tell him?
into
Does
the
he
next
know
round.
it's playoffs? Is he unaware?
Oh my goodness. We knew it was going to be like this, but I didn't think it was going to be to this level, and yet here we are with lots of skiing left to go before we even get into that final. Luca Harrington, your top spot as of right now with a 95, your slopestyle gold medalist from the other day, and an X Games rookie.
Going switch, triple cork, 18. I mean, this kid is on fire. Wins the gold in slopestyle, and he did a very similar trick to this. Did a switch triple 16 with that grab. What makes this trick so unique? Yes, he's spinning a lot. Yes, he's flipping a lot, but watch the hands. Safety grab with the left hand, reaches over with the right hand as well. That's the Esco grab. So difficult, unimaginable to be able to spin that fast in that body position. Just sit at home and reach across your body and try to reach both hands to your left. It's so difficult to imagine he's spinning that hard, that fast in that body position.
So he's going to check in with an 85 there. Obviously not good enough, so he'll stick with that first run score. I can't stress this enough. With the best run count formats there, the big change up in 2025, I mean, anything could change at any moment. You could be in the last spot on the last run and still come back and win this thing. But I cannot stress enough. I mean, a rookie got in off the alternate list, has a slopestyle gold. Now he's got a 95 to start. But now we turn our attentions to Mac forehand.
Big Mac, as they say online. Everybody post something, tune in, tell us what you're watching. Mac forehand, oh! Looking to improve the score on that triple 1980. Just held the grab so long, the landing came up a little quick on him, but he was grabbing until he hit the ground. Just insanity that he is sitting in fourth with a 90, with a triple cork 1980. If I told anybody that 5 years ago, that would be like a nearly perfect 100-point score at that point. Like, that's how quickly this sport is progressing.
So tough break with the fall. However, that first run score's got him sitting on the bubble. That's why you see that blue line under the number 4 position. Only the top 4 are going to transfer on into the final. Got Burke Rude coming your way next. Burke's a couple spots on the outside. He had to post up an 81, or he posted up an 81 in run number 1. Two-time gold medalist. He had to settle for 7th last year. However, he did come out of here last year with a slopestyle gold. That was his first slopestyle medal.
And you know what? There's a lot of people I've talked to that are not fans of this format. They want to see multiple tricks. Well, you know what? Watch slopestyle. This is taking big air back to its roots. One jump, one trick, winner take all, and I love to see it. Burke Rude, that was the grab he wanted on that one. Switch, triple cork 1980 with that mute grab locked in. And yes, it's hard to judge. We're going to see a lot of massive spins, but I love it. It is do your absolute best trick. Do it as good as you can. Back to the origins of what big air is all about. Look at that. That was what he wanted. Capability to take that same triple variation, one more 180 degree, and all the way to 21 as well. So
that was better. Let's go.
That was better, Burke.
It is, but it's still not going to be enough to get you into the top 4, Burke, an 89.33. Welcome everyone to the final night of competition out here, X Games Aspen 2025. We are in the middle of Pacifico Men's Ski Big Air. 2 rounds here in this competition. Format change in 2025. The round that we're in now, it's called the playoffs. 3 rounds of runs. Best run counts for each one of these skiers. Top 4 move on into the final. This is where we stand right now. It's an X Games rookie, Luca Harrington, sitting in the top spot with a 95. Your defending gold medalist from last year, Troy Podmelsack, right behind him with a 94. Miro Tabinelli with a 91.33, and Mac Forehand holding on to that final transfer spot as of now. This is the middle of run number 2. They each get 3 runs here in this new format with the playoff and the final. So here it's about getting into that top 4. Once we get into the final 4, they're each going to get 2 more runs. They're working off a 100-point scale, and it is the best run that counts before we hand out our final set of medals here in Aspen. We are about to drop in Matej Sponsor, walking away with a silver medal earlier this weekend in an event called Knuckle Huck.
Oh, there's that nose butter. No way, Matej Sponsor, nose butter, triple cork 1980. Are my eyes deceiving me, Jimmy? Or am I seeing this action here tonight? Aspen, the crowd is going nuts. Watch this takeoff. We call it a nose butter because he puts the noses into the takeoff early, starting the spin, initiating it early, adding so much extra difficulty. Butters off that takeoff, gets the grab, rotates around, gigantic aim. The name of the game is Big Air, and Matej Sponsor, nose butter triple cork 1980. It doesn't even sound like a real trick. Believe me, if you don't know free skiing, it still doesn't sound like a real trick to me.
What you saw in the top right corner of your screen, that was a look into the athlete lounge and the reaction. That is a look into the judges booth right there. These guys have their work cut out for them here tonight. You got Jason Aarons as the head judge, Dan Allen, Tobias Gratz, and Adam Frizzell handing out the scores here tonight. You need better than a 90.33 and a 93 for Matej Sponsor. That is going to put him into the cut. That'll bump Mac Forehand out as of now. Miro Tabinelli now sitting on the bubble, but a huge run for Matej Sponsor as we bring in Alex Hall.
Another one of those butters off the takeoff. Alex Hall with his own. He sees that. That's a tail butter. Coming off that lip switch, doing the same thing we saw from Matej Sponsor, initiating the spin early. Watch from the drone. You see all that snow blow off the lip, gets onto the tails, spins around with that opposite Japan grab. Just buttering the toast. Maybe that's almost Texas toast. You need an Italian dinner to go with this piece of bread.
So what's it going to be here for Alex Hall? And look at the bar to get into the top 4. I mean, 91.33, so an 81.66 for him. Down but not out. Remember, 3 runs here in the playoffs, and it's just 1. In the past, you needed 2. You had to combine your 2 best. Now it's 1 and done, so it'll come down to that 3rd and final run. This is the bottom of the run order here before we get into that 3rd and final round. Your gold medalist from Big Air. Last year, it's Troy Podmelsack.
Sitting on a 94. We saw the 2160, the trick that won him the event last year. Just doing something. I mean, that's not mellow for anybody watching, most of us that enjoy free skiing, but for him, just kind of feeling it out, thinking about what's next. He did that 2160 here, just going relatively simple, corking out that 14 even, not even that much for him, just spinning around, wraps it up, thinking about what it would be like to go into 1.5 more of those, bring it around to switch. So some planning, some strategy going.
Look at the grouping, 95, 94, 93. It is so close, a point separating first to second, point from second to third, and then 91.33 for that bubble spot.
I mean, all the way through the top 6 is still a nearly 90-point score. This is...
Yeah, a 90's not going to get you in at this point. No. A 90.33 is not going to be enough to do it in the playoff round. Oh, my goodness. So, comes down to round number 3. Again, for those of you just joining us, this is just the playoff. This isn't even for the medals yet. Once the top 4 is decided and we go into that final round, they're each going to get 2 more runs. The scores get reset to 0. We do it all over again. 2 more attempts before we hand out some Pacifico men's ski big air gold. Dylan Deschamps, X Games rookie here, lining up for his third and final attempt in the playoff.
Let's see if he goes for the bio triple to 1800 again. Oh, going down hard. Dylan, only athlete tonight doing that bio diving forward rotation, similar to the cork, but moving in that forward direction, going 1800 and 3 full flips in the forward direction. This is just so dangerous, the way you got to flip out of that last rotation. The impact so hard, so heavy. Dylan not able to handle that one.
He took a couple of big hits out here tonight, these last 2 runs, but again, good to see him bounce back up from that one. But Dylan Deschamps, welcome to the X Games. He gets a roar of applause from the crowd here in the corral. 22 years old, does roofing and construction work during the summer, and then just throws himself across the 70-foot gap in the wintertime on national television.
Yeah, just a casual winter line of work.
Miro Tabanelli was sitting in that number 3 spot. He now finds himself in a precarious position. Why? Because you don't want to be on that bubble. Looking to bump up that 91.33. Here we go with the Italian.
Tried and thought about the 2340. Will we see the first free skiing 2340? Oh! Miro Tabanelli has spun to the future. 6.5 full rotations, 2340. Count them. It is not a real number.
Whoa. It hurts my brain to even just contemplate that rotation. Did you see the windup?
Winding up like a top spinning.
Lord.
I feel like he spun so fast that he elevated more amplitude. It's like a helicopter taking off on this one. Comes around, grabbing that opposite tail. Cuban grab there, watch. Gets the grab and gets into this insane wrapped up body position that becomes this vortex of spinning all the way. Yep, 2340. Count them. Snowboarding just had the first 2340, and now we've got one of our own.
Never been done. What a night, or what a weekend for the Tabanellis. His sister won ski big air gold last night, and a 98. What? A 98. That is 2 points shy of perfection.
The Tabanellis are here.
A 98 in the playoff. Again, I cannot stress this enough.
This is the finals.
You can't. This isn't even for medals yet. Right. This is just to get into the medal round. All right, I'm standing up.
I couldn't sit down any longer. This is 2340s. What? This is futuristic.
98. So now Mac forehand has been bumped out. You need a 90. You need better than a 93. That's Matej Svantzer sitting on the bubble now.
Wow.
I got to regroup.
I got to catch my breath. It's the altitude and the spinning. I can't keep track.
Luca Harrington, your slope style gold medalist, now sitting in that number 2 qualifying spot.
Okay. Another athlete like Troy Teapot that we see doing an easier trick. Still a gigantic 1440 blunt, but he is leading up for that triple 19 again that scored really well, sitting with that 95. So the slopestyle gold medalist from earlier in the week, ready to go for more medals, knows that the playoffs are about done, sits in a good spot. He's ready for the finals.
Yeah, that 95 from round number, but again, a 98, 95. The scores are
98, 95, 94, 93?
Yeah, just to get into the cut, you need a 93.
We have saved the best for last on this final night of X Games Aspen.
Wowzers, we still have 5 people left to go here. With some big wigs in the house. That's our new CEO of the X Games, Jeremy Bloom, on the right, and the Google co-founder watching the action unfold here tonight. So you picked a good one to watch because you're getting an eyeful, and we're not even into the medal round yet, boys.
A lot more to come. Free skiing at its finest here in Aspen.
So Mac forehand bounced down to that number 5 spot. 90.33 is only good enough for 5th as of right now.
Mac forehand wants that 1980 perfect, just misses maybe the set on that first one. You have to get the set, the initial spin of that rotation so gripped, so ripped off the takeoff in order to spin that much. Just misses it by a slight hair, not able to then rotate that additional spin. The fact that that run of his is not even going to make his 90.33 is not in. No. It's not going.
So your 2023 bigger gold medalist is not going to make the final here in 2025. Burke Ruud sits 2 spots out. 89.33 was the best we've seen out of him thus far.
It's going to have to be a 2160, 6 full spins if he wants to keep up with the level of action going on tonight. No. The grab. Has to get that grab in order to get that final flip, the final spin. Unfortunately, another athlete just missing. It's a minute moment on that takeoff where if you don't get that insane rip, that crazy pop and spin, so hard to come around. But the air awareness by Burke Ruud to open up when that was meant to be another flip in there, and just open up, lay it out, put his feet down to live to fight another day.
So Burke Ruud, your 2-time bigger gold medalist, also not going to make it in. Matej Sponsor holds on to that number 4 spot for now. There's 3 skiers left to go. Matej is up next. After that, he's only got 1 person standing in his way of him getting into that final, and that is Alex Hall. Troy Podmilsack, your defending gold medalist, skis last. He's in that number 3 spot for right now.
Really love the nose butter trick that he did in round 2. Did a nose butter 1980. So just something different. You see a lot of these big rotations, and someone like Miro Tabanelli, you see that huge 2340, but it's still just a normal takeoff. Adding a butter, which is that early spin, pressure on the noses or the tails, is how you can really rack up some insane scores. Okay. Matej Sponsor, that one is switch. He did forward off the noses. This one, tail buttering. So spinning that first 180 off the tails into that triple. Let's take another look. Watch this takeoff close up. Sets low in the transition, pre-spins into that butter rotation, then gets that grab, locks in. Insane to be able to wrap after that spin. Comes around, and right here, it's looking insane. Spreads the legs, open up. I mean, if this was a 2-jump format, again, like it has been in years past, those two could easily be a winning combination. As it is now, is that an improvement?
No, it's another score in the 90s, but he'll stick with that 93, and he's going to have to watch with one more competitor on the outside looking in. You're in for now, Matej. He's going to have to watch this next guy who happens to own 2 gold medals in this event. So Matej on the left, sitting in that final transfer spot. Alex Hall on your right. 2-time gold medalist in big air. Can he get in on this last hit?
Look for another one of those early butters. Wrapping up, going for the 18. So our X Games gold medalist, the first to do the 2160 here, going for the tail butter 18, but an absolute fan favorite. He did a 0 spin on this jump earlier for the crowd, for the people. Always amazing to watch him. Competed in 4 events this weekend.
One of those was a gold. He got a knuckle huck gold medal, but yeah, he was in street style and slope style as well. So Matej is gonna make it in. And your defending gold medalist from last year, he's in that number 3 spot, so he's gonna be a lock for the finals. Our final 4 are set. Now it's all about positioning here. They're gonna run him in reverse order from 4th on down to 1st going into that final. So one more run here in the playoffs for Troy Podmilsack.
Look for a warm-up of something. Just another wrapped up. I mean, it's nothing for him. This forward takeoff of his, he gets into that triple corking maneuver where he kind of stays in that access, but it's coming down to the finals now. He's in, and it is gonna be a showdown in these finals.
You had 4 returning gold medalists. Half of the field had a gold medal coming into this event, and only one of them made it into the final, and that's last year's gold, Troy Podmilsack. That's huge. So the field has been set. Matej's sponsor hangs on with that final transfer spot. Your defending gold medalist in third. X Games rookie Luca Harrington qualifies second, but it's the Italian Miro Tabinelli who qualifies first. We'll have the final when we return. Logan, you are absolutely correct. Big air final. Here we go. And look at that. Matej sponsor, Troy Podmilsack, Luca Harrington, Miro Tabinelli. Tom, we saw huge scores just in the playoff round. What's going to happen here in this final?
I mean, only 2 runs in this final where there were 3 runs to get that high score in the first round. So scores are reset. All 4 athletes going to get 2 attempts. But again, you might have just done a world's first, like Miro Tabinelli did a 23.40. It's gone. You're now have to do it again if you want to walk away with gold.
That's the bittersweet part of this. Did it in the playoffs, but if you can't do it here, it's wiped out. You got to do it again.
High pressure.
Matej's sponsor came in 2022 in big air, and he had to settle for 5th. He got a step closer in 2023, and he got 4th. Last year, he missed the entire week due to food poisoning. Now he finds himself here in the final looking for some redemption. 2 runs, best run that counts. We talked about this in the playoff round. In the past, you had to have 2 big runs. Here in 2025, it's the best one that puts you on the podium. Here we go, starting the final. It's Matej's sponsor.
Looking for that switch tail butter off the takeoff. No way! Oh! Matej's sponsor going insane. Switch tail butter 21? Did that really just happen?
He can't even believe it right now.
Watch this takeoff. Slips, puts the pressure on the tails, wraps up, spins in the middle, takes it over, and goes around again. Switch tail butter triple cork 2160. I mean, unbelievable the way he's able to land that one. I mean, I'm dumbfounded. I can't believe this is happening.
He can't believe it either. A 96.33.
Matej's sponsor. Are you kidding me?
96.33. That's the first run in the final. Like I said, the redemption, 5th in 2022. Knocked on the door of the podium in 2023, had to miss last year, and now you put up a 96.33 after having to hang on in that bubble spot just to get here. Way to go, Matej's sponsor.
Oh my, this is happening. Whew. We're seeing future spins left and right, a butter into that future spin. His arteries are gonna be clogged from all that butter.
Troy Podmilsack from Park City, Utah. Coming in with a good clip of speed here for his first of 2.
Look for his own 21. Okay, T-Pod. I see your 21, let me go big. The judges, let me remind you, are obviously looking for those huge spins. They're looking for lots of flips, good grabs. But again, the name of the game is big air. It is named that for a reason. The max speed that he's taking, he is going further down this landing than almost anyone in the field. It is not judged just by how far you go, but the ability to get the biggest air is definitely an amplitude factor adding to the score. Watch the grab. This might be the best one of this trick I've ever seen him do. So rotating, flipped out at the end to put it under him. I mean, another huge score is inbound.
Look at all the divots on the landing from these guys, just sending it deep all day. 94.66. A 94.66 is only good enough to put you in second place right now. Well, all 4 of our finalists have one thing in common, and for more on that, let's send it to Kristen.
All 4 of the finalists are 20 years old, and we've already seen 2 NBDs in one competition, 2 never been done before. I can't believe it, guys.
Oh, the irony. It's a branded event with Pacifico, and none of our finalists are old enough to enjoy one after they win gold out here, or if they win gold out here tonight.
And one of them will win gold, and no one will be celebrating with the Pacifico.
Here we go. They can hold it. They just can't legally drink it here in Colorado. Here we go. Your X Games rookie, slopestyle gold medalist, Luca Harrington.
This is absolute insanity. Triple cork, 1980. So inverted, and it's the tail grab. You see a lot of the safety grabs and the mute grab right in front of the binding. Those are much easier to get and hold on to. The actual end of these skis is only a few inches wide, so to be able to get his hand on that, tweak the grab, pull it, it takes such precision. Watch, it is absolutely gripped. The ski is flexing. That might be the best one of those I've ever seen him do. First run of the finals. That's another huge score. It's got to be.
We're waiting. 95.33. Oh my goodness. Silver medal spot right now. 96.33, 95.33, and 94.66. I can't stress this enough. That kid came in off the alternate list into slopestyle, was the first to ski, and walked out with gold, and now he's looking at another medal, possibly here in big air. And now it's your top qualifier. It's Miro Tabanelli.
Wrapping up his own spin when we see the 2340 again. Like it's absolutely nothing. 6.5 spins. 2 corks, so we're seeing a lot of those triple cork variations where Miro choosing to do the double. So spinning so fast, doing 2 really spinny, less flippy tricks in a row. Watch this. The first one is basically a cork 1080. Comes around, then sets up into a corked 1260. I mean, both of those in their day were star tricks, and he's able to do them both in one air. 2340, no hands down. I mean, absolutely outrageous. 6.5 spins. The numbers sound made up. I promise they're correct.
So much of that talk about the scores going to 0 and not being able to do it again in the final. There you go. A 98 in the playoff. He did it. He's repeated it here in the final. Miro Tabanelli back in the top spot. Wowzers. That's round 1 of the final in the books. We still have one more round of runs to go. It's the Italian sitting in the top spot with that 98. He can almost taste that gold. It's still up for grabs, though. Remember, it's best run counts. When we come back, sorry, just when you thought we were going to commercial break, we're still going to stick right here, and we're going to keep this party rolling. We're down to the last round of runs here at Pacifico. Men's Ski Big Air, brought to you commercial free by our friends over at Pacifico. You and I are going to need a couple of those after all this out here tonight.
I'm exhausted. My brain is worn out. I'm dizzy, and I'm not on hill skiing.
Somebody's not going to get a medal with a score in the mid-90s. How insane is that?
The fact that Troy Podmilsack is sitting in 4th right now with the best 2160 I've ever seen him do. That trick that won him gold last year, this is progression at its finest.
And here we go. Last round, 4 competitors. They all get one more shot at it here. Matej sponsor.
Matej sponsor, a switch front flip. He says, you know what? That was a world's first I did in run 1. Maybe the hardest trick he's ever done. I'm done. Here's a switch front flip for the crowd. That was gigantic. I mean, everybody can understand this. Takes off backwards, goes absolutely numb, then has to just slow it
just
down.
Rolling down the windows on that one.
I mean, switch to switch, looking over his shoulder a little bit, but basically like, I am just flying. I mean, and I get that. You might be wondering at home, why did he not try something crazier? You don't understand. The trick he did in the previous run has never been done. He did it really well. What more can you expect?
Wow. These boys, different. That is an understatement, George.
Yeah.
I'm still trying. This is insane.
My brain hurts. My brain hurts.
One more go around for Teapot here on the outside of the podium looking in.
No! Oh, that was so good. Troy. Triple cork, 2340. He was so close.
He is okay.
So close. That would have been very close to easily battling Miro Tabanelli for that top spot. The same amount of rotations as he gets up. We're so excited to see him get up. Watch this grab. So where Miro is doing a 2-cork variation of the 23, Troy has the ability to go 3 corks, 6.5 spins, puts his feet down and just barely falls over. Would have been an insane world's first and definitely could have challenged for something 98 and above. Oh,
Just rolling the dice out here. To echo the point from earlier, a 94.66 is not going to be good enough to get you a medal here tonight. Luca Harrington, who's in that number 2 spot, he's now, he's in the bronze medal position. He's assured a medal out here tonight. 1 point away from a silver. Slopestyle gold medalist. I can't tell that story enough. Last minute add off the alternate list, had to ski first, top qualifier, walks out with gold.
what does he do? Does he try to add more rotation, or does he just go for the perfect execution on that triple? Triple cork, 2160 tail grab. Added another 180 into that. That is 3 cork 7s. Tail, tail, tail. Absolute insanity. It's all out mayhem down here at the bottom of the big air jump.
No way.
He can't even believe it. Everything has just gone completely next level out here tonight. It's like watching a video game in real life.
I don't even understand what's happening. I need to see this in slow-mo, just like all of you at home. Watch the big set. Gets the tail. He's holding it. He's capping it. Wraps it up, and instead of going to 19, wraps it over again to 2160. Triple 2160. 6 full spins, 3 full flips, and may I add that that is the grab, the tail grab. So much more difficult than reaching down for just the safety or something and flipping 3 times. I mean, that's got to be close. I don't know what the judges are going to do. How does that compare to a 23? It is going to be up there.
That is the hot seat to be in right now. Everyone is huddled around down here at the bottom of the corral watching the replay monitor next to us. So Miro Tabanelli on your left with a 98. Luca Harrington on your right. He was in bronze pre-run. Again, slopestyle gold earlier in the week. It's taken a while for this one to come in. What is it going to be? Will it be enough?
Holy fuck.
Everyone waiting, close, but not enough at 97. He'll jump up 1 spot. He'll trade that bronze for a silver. And that means Miro Tabanelli is going to walk out of here with a glory run and take home big air gold here in 2025.
I mean, 97, 98, 97, and 96 are the top 3 scores.
Well, here's another nugget to wrap your head around. His sister won big air for the women last night. The Tabanellis have claimed big air gold both nights in a row.
Men's and women's big air gold. There is something in the pasta they're eating, the airbag they're trading on, the coach, the family genetics. I have no idea what it is, but these two Tabanellis are here, and they're both X Games gold medalist.
You know what? I want to give a shout out to Matej Sponsor as well. That's his first big air medal. He had a 5th and a 4th. Missed last year. He walks out of here with a bronze. Luca Harrington, what an amazing weekend for you, winning slopestyle gold. And then you followed up with a silver here in big air. But what a weekend for the Tabanellis. Flora Tabanelli wins women's ski big air last night, and now brother Miro takes home the gold here in Pacifico men's ski big air.
And this, the camaraderie, I love this. The sport is in great hands. The camaraderie between brother and sister you see there from all the competitors. They know they just push the limits of free skiing, of big air skiing, of the trick potential of the human body here in Aspen tonight.
Hey, also a big congratulations to Troy Podmilsack. I know he didn't get a medal, but a 94.66. Yeah, the coaches are fired up, and rightly so. That's a twofer for the Tabanellis. But to finish my point there, that 94.66, just the dogfight that it was to get into the final, even though we didn't get a medal. Hats off to you, Troy. Let's send it down to Kristen with our winner.
Miro, the first to ever land a 2340 in competition. What helped you work up the courage to land that trick?
I mean, the vibe of X Games, it's crazy. I gotta thank you all for the hype. And I mean, the conditions were crazy. And I just did a lot of 21s, and that gave me the, I don't know, that confidence to throw the 23. So I'm just really stoked about it.
When did you know you were going to commit to that trick?
When I found out that the air time of this jump was even bigger than I thought.
You and your sister will both leave X Games as gold medalists representing Team Italy. How meaningful is that for you?
That is much more than a dream come true. I just couldn't believe anything more, and I'm just so proud of us. It's gonna be legendary.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Can you imagine that flight home?
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to enjoy any Pacificos, but they are going to enjoy each other, the camaraderie, the celebration. I mean, 2340s, the craziest things I've ever watched.
Oh my goodness, he missed the podium last year, and in 2025, he comes in and takes home the gold. But again, we can't stress this enough. The all-out battle that this was just to get into the final, and the enormity of the scores that we saw out here tonight, and they pushed it to the next level.
Absolutely the best big air skiing I have ever seen in my life. I've been watching, competing, being a part of this sport for over 20 years, and I never expected something like this to happen.
Well, when it's all said and done, it's Matej Sponsor walking out of here with his first big air medal. Luca Harrington taking home his second medal of the weekend, and it's Miro Tabanelli taking Pacifico men's ski big air gold.